Best of Beauty 2020. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Chantel and I am the creator and founder of the lifestyle blog simplychantel.com and the founder of Simply Samd, a fashion online boutique for creative and dynamic women like you. So on this channel we talk about fashion, beauty, style, and a little bit of lifestyle. And today, as you can tell by the title, we are going to be discussing the best of beauty makeup. Obviously this year was a bit weird for beauty because we spent most of it at home, but I actually found a few things new that I fell in love with, mostly during quarantine, oddly enough, and some old favorites that I know I love and I'm gonna go back to. So this is a best of beauty for me in 2020, so it's not necessarily just new products. Just want to make that clear because I know sometimes people have just new stuff, but this is everything that I love. This is holy grail. And if you've ever seen things in my favorites and they're not here, it doesn't mean I don't love them, but I just really pared it down for the things that I really loved this year and what I felt I was constantly reaching for. I also didn't do like one for each category. I literally just grab what I love and kind of leave what I don't, because you'll definitely see multiples in some categories. So okay, I won't ramble too much. Let's get started. Okay, so if you know me and you know any of my content, you know that my favorite part of makeup is foundation. I think a cohesive, clean, smooth base is just the most gorgeous thing ever. And I also love to buy foundation. It's probably my favorite thing to like try and test and tweak and have multiples of. So I will say, like, this year I fell in love with a few. It was definitely the year of foundation sticks for me. So my favorite and my go-to, these are actually the only ones I own, but I love them all. The Sephora Make No Mistake Foundation and Concealer Stick, the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation Stick, and the Teint Idole Ultra Wear Makeup Stick from Lancome. These are my go-to. I find that the Lancome one is a bit gray for me, so I really like it as a concealer, and I really like it around the parts of my face that are a bit more pigmented, but I love it. This is the one I've had the longest. I really need to replace it. I wear color 450 Suede Neutral. The other two that I keep on steady rotation is the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation Stick. I wear the shade Golden Honey 575, and the Sephora 11 in Koa. The Sephora one has a bit more drag to it, so if you are more oily combination, you might prefer this formula. The Bobbi Brown is definitely more silky to the touch. It is not a dewy foundation. I would say Bobbi Brown gives more of a satin foundation, and the Sephora Make No Mistake gives more of a demi matte finish. But I love them both. I like them on no makeup days. I like them when I don't want to wear a lot. I like them as a base before liquid foundation when I want full coverage. I find that it is incredible for that. Any of these with a liquid foundation on top, or a tinted moisturizer on top, or a skin tint on top, gives the nicest coverage, and that's what I find that I use them both for. They were definitely a staple this year. In terms of liquid foundation, I think the only liquid foundation that really wowed me this year was the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. This was it. I love the finish. It gives full coverage. I tend to gravitate towards this a lot when I'm shooting. I wore this for my Simply Samd shoot, and like the photographer and my assistant, they were like, you are glowing, your makeup looks so good. I love this foundation. I loved it from the first time I tried it, and it's still been going strong. Obviously, I don't have as many full coverage beat days as I used to because I have so many foundations. I don't use it a ton, but I love it, and it's something I would definitely repurchase when I finish it. I wear shade 400N. I also find that the undertones and the shade range is very good. Technically, I am a neutral undertone, so if a brand has neutral undertones in my shade, I will always gravitate towards that, especially if they do it well, and ABH does it really well. Love this foundation. And finally, Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I use this as a foundation. I love it. Natural finish, not dewy, not matte, good medium coverage, I would say. I have it in butterscotch and in mocha. Sometimes I use butterscotch in the center of my face and then mocha on the edges of my face. There's really nothing much to say. Like, I am such a fan of this concealer. I never thought I would use concealer as a foundation, but it is fantastic. This paired with Bobbi or paired with the Sephora it's a dream, and it's a really good, easy go-to makeup look. Finally, the Giorgio Armani Neo Nude True to Skin Natural Glow Foundation. If you were following me during peak quarantine times, I bought this and fell in love with it. I really thought that it was going to give me like tinted moisturizer, skin tint type of vibe, but it doesn't. This gives coverage. A little bit goes a long way. And the color is good, the coverage is nice, it is beautiful. I think that if you're someone that likes light makeup but you do want some sort of coverage, this is a little bit more than your skin is better, but again, you can use a little bit less, use a brush, use a beauty blender to really diffuse it. I wear color 875, which is lovely because it's the same shade I wear in Luminous Silk, and I really like when brands are consistent throughout their color ranges. It just makes it so much easier. Powders. So I fell in love with a new setting powder this year and a new foundation powder. So this was definitely new for me. I never used to wear foundation powders at all. I just thought I didn't really need the coverage. After I set my makeup, I'm good to go. But foundation powders actually help to really give me a bit more coverage, and I find that it does kind of keep everything cohesive. It's hard to explain, but I really like it to a light dusting of foundation powder over my tinted moisturizers, or when I just really want to have a little bit of concealer, maybe a little bit under the eyes to brighten it up, and then a light dusting of foundation powder all over my face just to kind of look presentable. I love, love, love that look, and this one is the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Foundation Powder. I wear shade 355 Coconut. Again, love when brands are consistent with their color ranges, because in the Superstay I wear Coconut, in the Maybelline Fit Me I wear Coconut, 355 Coconut. I really don't know if this is still around. This was a sale purchase, so I'm kind of worried that it's not available anymore. I will definitely have to hunt the Amazons to see, but I love this foundation. It's not a matte foundation powder, I would say. I would say that it's a full coverage, natural foundation powder. It's not radiant, so it's not your skin finish from MAC or your mineralized. It's nothing like that, because that's not what I wanted. I don't need this kind of powder to be radiant for me. I just need something that's a bit more flat, especially like above the eyebrows, you know, on the chin, and areas that are prone to a bit more dewiness. It says it's a matte foundation powder, but I don't think it's really matte. It does get a bit radiant on me after about 5-ish hours or so. But to be fair, that could also be because I don't wear matte foundation underneath it. I don't wear anything matte foundation at all. This is the only matte product I have that I really like. So just an FYI, if you've got more oily skin and you wear something like this, you're probably going to notice that it does a good job of absorbing your oils, versus I have so much hydrating stuff as a base that it just emphasizes it a little bit. But love, love, love. Really hope that this is not discontinued, because I will have to hunt it down. And the Zoeva finishing powder in Remarkable. I love this finishing powder. It has completely replaced my Huda Beauty. I just find that this is more finely milled than the Huda. The Huda, I do find it to be a bit thicker in consistency. Finely milled, does a good job, is beautiful with a beauty blender, dab, 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 and it doesn't feel really heavy on my skin, which is great because, again, I don't have oily skin and I don't have the thickest of skins, so I find that this is just a great powder. This was gifted to me by Cult Beauty, and I just picked it on a whim, and I'm so glad I did because I'm a fan. Just realized I didn't have any inner corner highlights, so had to fix that. For eyes were pretty simple this year. If you know me, you know that I love a bit of foundation powder and bronzer on my lid, like I have today, when I'm just kind of getting up and going. But in terms of eye palettes, I kept it really simple this year. I think I added one to the bunch this year, but other than that, it's been the same for a while. The Huda Beauty Warm Browns Obsession. I mean, look at this thing. This is getting beaten up. The middle one cracked on me, which is always so depressing. And I'm almost gonna hit pan on this color right here, but it is just the perfect warm brown palette. Honestly, there's nothing more I can say about it. It is actually disgusting. Don't laugh at me. But it's just perfect. I think it's perfect for traveling. I know that's like a taboo word right now, but anything. It's so small. It does what you need it to do. You've got the one shimmer in there and a bunch of beautiful mattes. I just think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. Her formula is incredible. I have her original rose gold palette. I also have her dusk palette. I just think she does eyeshadows very, very well. And I have a bunch of these small ones, but this one is by far my favorite. And of course, if you know, you know. Of course, it's going to be the Nakeds. Like, Naked Heat, Naked Honey. This is new this year. This one I added. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Gorgeous. I mean, it's Naked Honey, right? So nudes, again, I just find that nudes are great when you're not trying to do a whole bunch of colors, or if you're traveling and you just need one palette to take you from day to night, to give you a bunch of different looks depending on how creative you are. I just think that it's amazing. I love the mattes. These are more neutral mattes, and I think this one's very warm. I don't really use the honey color that often. It's just a bit too yellow gold for me, but it's very like MAC 2007. I feel like people really love that kind of gold. But the golden and the amber and the HBIC are my jams. And then of course, if you've been following me for a while, this has been my go-to for a long time. I had this before I had Huda Beauty, FYI. But look at this. I mean, it's basically like a warm pink. It's supposed to be like a sunset, but to me it's like very warm pinks. That's what I think about when I look at this, and even if you compare the two, that's what I see. It's just way more pinky purple than the top, but both are incredible. I love Naked, the Naked series in general. I think that it fits the average woman in terms of eye looks very, very easy. I always think about getting more. The ultraviolet is on my list, but I just know I'm never gonna use it. And I used to have the smoky one and I got rid of it because never used it. But these three were definitely my favorite palettes of 2020. So for lips, I didn't really have many new exciting things, but this was the year of the lip oils. So Kosas wet lip oil, Sephora, their clean line, their glossy lip oil, and Bobbi Brown crushed oil infused gloss. Lifesavers, these brought me so much joy this year. I love, 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 love them. I really can't express how much I love them. Lip liner, glossy oil, you're good to go. The only thing that ruined it, and still ruins it, is the masks, obviously, but just so, so, so good. Even when you're in the house and you don't really want to wear any makeup, but you maybe want to put something on your lips that's a bit more fun than a lip balm. Lip oils, that's the beauty of it. It's a hybrid between lip balm and lip gloss, and I feel like they've done these so well. I love them all. My favorite is the Bobbi, without a doubt, then the Kosas, then the Sephora. And the reason why the Sephora is number 3 is because I would say it lasts the shortest on my lips. The Kosas would be number 2, and then the Bobbi is like a thicker, it's rich, but it's not like gross thick. It just really fills in the lines, it smooths, it gives a really great color. I love it over lipstick. I am obsessed. I believe this was a summer collection, and I need to hunt down the other ones because this vibe that she created in the summer was gorgeous, like perfect for my lips. If you haven't tried lip oils yet, get on them. These 3 brands will get you started. Sephora has a very large range as well, but so, so, so impressed with these, and these were a highlight this year for sure. Red lip, I've only got 2. This one is the Sephora matte. If you know me, this is my go-to. I think this brand of Sephora's lipsticks are incredible. They do such a good job of staying on, full pigment, not too heavy, not too drying. If I had to pick between this and the Fenty, I would pick this every day, in and out. Number 1 and number 3 are my absolute favorite. I do love number 5, but number 1 and number 3 are my favorite. Number 1 is more neutral, number 3 is more cool tone, and number 5 is more of like your blood wine type of red. Something for everyone, the best mattes, the best price, they are the best. There's nothing else to talk about. But this one really surprised me. This is from Avon. I don't know if it's Avon's brand, but it's FMG. It's Cashmere Lip Cream. It might be their brand. This one is the Matte True Red. Oh my goodness. It is so nice. It is the perfect hint of orange. I'm not a huge fan of orange-based reds, but this one is incredible. So soft on the lips, not drying at all. I used cherry lip liner, fill this in, and it is so stunning. Like, I actually got compliments on it when I was wearing it on a family Zoom, because they were like, what lipstick are you wearing? That is so nice. And I wear red lips all the time, so I don't really expect to get a compliment on it, but it was this guy. So really, really nice, great formula. Check it out, avon.com, avon.ca, Avon UK, wherever you are, I'm sure it's available. So I completely forgot to talk about concealers. I didn't venture out too much this year and kind of stuck to what I know. And now I know what I know, and I know why I love these concealers. First up, we have to talk about it, NARS Creamy Concealer. She's still that girl. I mean, what do you want me to say? Creamy, good pigment, great color range. You know, it was always a good color range, and then when they expanded it a while ago, it just went from good to amazing. Amazing. I love medium dark biscuit, and I love medium dark 1.5 sucre d'orge. It is the best. Like, one's more neutral, one's more warm. The only thing obviously is it's small. Can't really use a lot, but a little bit does go a long way because you'll go through it really, really quickly. I actually prefer to take my creamy concealer and mix it with the Hourglass Topaz Vanish. So this isn't my best of beauty, but I do have a bit of qualms with it because this like thing gets super gummy and like gross up here, and I actually hate it. They need to change the packaging of this. I went through a big like I loved it and then I hated it, and now I love it again because the color is incredible. The doe foot applicator is nice and wide. What I like about this as opposed to the NARS is it's a bit more liquidy, so it just spreads better, it moves better, it works better with a beauty blender. You can use a bit more, especially if you do want more of a full coverage look, more of that really bright look when I'm filming, things like that. But it gives good coverage, it gives good pigment, it stays, it doesn't crease, so it's creamy, but it's not super radiant where it just creases like a mofo. So really, really like it. 6 mils, NARS is 6 mils as well, but I find that this 6 mils goes way further than this one. So really love them both, will continue to buy both. I will definitely finish the NARS before I finish the Hourglass, but both will be replaced, and I think that if you're looking for under eye bright concealers, these two are your go-tos. You will not be disappointed. Next up are concealers for my face. Very, very picky. If you know, you know. Tarte Amazonian Clay Waterproof 12-Hour Concealer. I love this concealer. This is great for hyperpigmentation and my breakouts. I use the color Deep. There's not a lot of shades. I think this might be the darkest or the second to darkest, unfortunately, but I really, really like this. It's creamy, it's easy to move, but it stays put and it gives me good coverage. I also fell in love with my MAC Studio Fix 24-Hour Smooth Wear Concealer. This one I have an NC45. This is a really good one around the face when I want to kind of conceal things, but not necessarily hyperpigmentation or blemishes. It does a pretty good job, but I find the Tarte is a bit better. And the Bobbi Brown Instant Full Cover Concealer. This one is a good one as well. I use the color Golden, obviously. The problem is I don't really like this applicator. It's very, very strange. I don't know if they want it to be like dabbed on, but because I don't really do that, it's just really weird. So I kind of end up smoothing it on my face. It's an awful applicator, but it does what you need it to do. Any discoloration, these are really good for that. If you want to hide redness or anything like that, but you don't want to wear like full coverage foundation, these are great for that. And then hyperpigmentation, I like this. So these are my go-to, and these were definitely best of beauty concealers for 2020. Totally forgot face. Honestly, the only thing that really did it for me this year was the Armani Armani Neo Nude Fusion Powder. I have shade number 8. Yes, you are looking at this correctly. This is a whole sample. I fell in love with the sample, you know? Don't judge me. I fell in love with the sample. Isn't that what samples are there for? I struggled on Instagram stories because I really didn't know what this is. Is it a blush? Is it a bronzer? I still don't know, but what I do know is that whatever this is, whatever this color is, gives me the perfect blush, no blush look. Like, there's really nothing else to describe about it. That's what it does. I love it. It's perfect for my no makeup days. It's perfect for my lazy days. It's great on a full face of ABH Luminous Foundation. It just gives me like, I care, but I don't care. I've got blush on, but you're not sure. Love it. Just love it. Need to buy the full one, but yes, fell in love with the sample and I'm literally gonna use this till it's bone dry. All right, so final category, eyes. Eyes. I love eye makeup. It really works for me. I find that it just makes me look polished, well done, well put together, even when I'm not trying. This year, I have fully committed to lash extensions. Got my lashes done right before we went under lockdown, and first appointment I made after my nails was lashes, and I've been kind of playing around with the lockdowns and the tiers and getting them done when I can ever since. So this has been the year of lash extensions. I love them. I don't find that they ruin my lashes. When I didn't have them those months in quarantine, I was totally fine. Had no issues. I think if you just like take care of them and you're gentle with the removal process and you go to a good lash instructor or, you know, lash esthetician, you'll be fine. But in the meantime, between time, I fell in love with two mascaras this year. One is old, one is new. It Cosmetics Superhero. I mean, if you know, you know, and if you don't know, now you know, because this is it. She's incredible. Thick, goopy, dark, voluminous. That's the kind of lashes that I like. I haven't obviously used it as much because now I have lash extensions and I'm not a bad girl. I don't put mascara on lash extensions. But I also fell in love with MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash this year. I bought this on ASOS in quarantine because Morgan Stewart, if you follow her on Instagram, she raves about it and I was like, let me try it. I've actually never tried any of MAC's mascaras ever, and I love this little guy. It's a really, really skinny wand and I think it does great for lengthening. It doesn't catch all the lashes because the brush is so small, so if you've got a lot of lashes, you really got to work. But I like that. I don't mind working to get the perfect lash look, and this is really, really nice. Really dark and great for lengthening. Very inky black, which I love. How could I forget? Lancome Hypnostrama OG. Been using this for years and years and years and years. I think this is probably the first high-end mascara I ever bought. Not sure. That or Dior Show, but I love it. And I used it again today and it just reminded me why I love it so much. Grabbed all the lashes on my bottom lash line. Love the brush. The curvy brush. It is so good. I love the regular Hypnos as well, and I was very resistant to Hypnostrama, but when I tried Hypnostrama, there's no going back. So good. Liners. It has to be Schwing, the Bomb, my favorite. Dark, inky, very black. The blackest liner ever. I love it so much. And Dolly Wink. I love Dolly Wink because of the applicator. I find that it's easier for me to apply my liquid eyeliner, especially that I have lashes now, with the Dolly Wink and then go over with the Schwing, because the Schwing is so inky and it's like this kind of brush. You can really get a lot of product. So I find that I have to be careful because I try to avoid it getting all over my lashes because it's so thick. It's like you really got to kind of dig in there. It's a bit awkward. So I find with the Dolly Wink, I'm able to kind of like draw the line a bit better, and then I can just lightly go over with the Schwing for added effect. But they are by far the best liquid eyeliners on the market. I love them both. And last but not least, brows. Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara. Never without this. I have a feeling it's getting discontinued because the last time I was at home, I tried to pick up a few and I couldn't find them, but just fave, like nothing more to say. I get number 2, Brownie Brows. Is that what it's called? Brownie Brows. I get the darkest one. I don't know if there's 1 or 2 or 3, but I get the darkest one. It's a brow gel, but it's fibrous. So it gives you a bit more than the typical gels. It's not greasy, lasts all day, firm to the touch, but it's not like hairspray on your brows. I love it. It's the best. It's so cheap. And I mean, best of beauty 2020, best of beauty forever. And that's it. That is my best of beauty 2020 for makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want me to do a skincare one, let me know, comment down below. I feel like I haven't talked about makeup in a while on the channel, so I wanted to do this first. These were definitely my go-tos, and a lot of other things I loved as well, but these are the things that I reach for the most, and I find I was gravitating towards the most on no makeup days, light makeup days, heavy days, whatever the case may be. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Share it with a friend that you think would enjoy it as well. Comment down below on your best of beauty 2020. What should I buy? What should I look for? What did you love this year? I would love to know. And don't forget to subscribe. I've got more videos coming. YouTube is a main focus for 2021, and I don't want you to miss a beat. If you love my blouse, it is available for sale at simplysemd.com. Link will be below. And until the next one, guys, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Bye.